Namaste, and welcome to 50 Shades of Great. Come to your senses. With me, I'm Kee McGraw. I'm a doctor of health theology, and as such, I am thrilled to present you with these 50 tools with which you can utilize your senses to bring yourself evermore to your own particular greatness. In this way, healthcare professionals might also be able to utilize these tools in working with your clients as well as your students. You are welcome to continuing education hours for your time spent here, and for those healthcare professionals who are interested in receiving a certificate of completion for the efforts that you're about to make, stay tuned for further details online.
Air, root.
And welcome now to the path of the fourth chakra. The fourth chakra, the Anahata chakra, is governed by the sense of touch. And it is primarily ruled by the element of the air. And as such, we will be taking several steps along the path of the air element through utilizing touch as it might help to awaken the 7 individual chakras. As we consider beginning working in the root chakra to connect the benefit of the heart, the ability to touch and to feel physically, pressure as well as proprioception, which is a way to refer to our awareness of the body in space. And as such, touching the feet is a tremendously grounding practice. This brings us into the awareness of the whole body of information that's referred to as reflexology. Initially, as you come to experiment with this tool and you're comfortably seated, let yourself, with clean feet, start to just gently massage and touch the feet, noticing the tension that's held in the foot, the sense of rigidity, or a sense instead of fluid mobility in one foot as well as the other. In this way, we start to prepare the feet for the reflexology approach of touching the feet in a way to stimulate the map of the whole body that resides within the feet. Once you have a sense of how the second foot feels in terms of its tension or lack thereof, and its mobility, or again, the inhibition of that mobility, then we have a starting place from which we can consider just how it is we're feeling right now. I often like to assign the quality of feeling with a number from 0 to 10, 0 being I'm barely up and at it, and 10 being I am so ready to go that I should be making my own video right now. And whatever your number is, let yourself just land on what it is for right now. And then as we move along this practice and this process, you are likely to find how things have changed. And so just assigning that numeric value gives you a point of reference that we can return to. So from here, we'll start using tennis balls reflexively for the feet. Now, an old tennis ball is just fine, but make sure it's not too blown out from a lot of time playing catch outside with your favorite dog friend, or spending a lot of time on the tennis court itself. Make sure it's relatively firm and not broken. And in this way, we can start to consider applying foot pressure onto the ball. And initially, I'll just see if we can pick up the ball with the foot. And while we're not actually able to do that for most of us, this starts to stimulate the toes and individuate the 5 toes, and in doing so, that helps to awaken the 5 senses, which are reflexively partnered by the toes themselves. Now, the big toe is reflexing the head, and as such, as you pump and release the big toe, this helps to release headache and head tension. And from here, if you were to focus on wiggling through the other 4 toes, you are ongoingly stimulating the senses that are primarily living within the head, within the brain, and its ability to experience sound and sight, as well as scent, and our ability to taste within the taste buds, as well as, of course, the head itself and feeling where the head is in space. So in this way, as you massage through the toes on the ball, you're stimulating your 5 basic sense organs. From here, as you take the ball now underneath the ball of the foot and you're massaging side to side on the foot, this is as if you are massaging in your shoulders. And the side-to-side action in the foot might reveal to you tension that's being held in a particular area of the ball of the foot, in which case you could pump and release just a little bit more of your body weight into that particular area to help to let go of shoulder tension. From here, if you come to the root of the big toe and you descend into the first joint as the big toe joins the big foot, we have a chance to massage the neck through the foot. So this is the reflexive area for the neck. As you continue down along this more medial or inner border of the foot, it's as if you're massaging right down from the neck through the rest of the spine, through the thoracic spine, and then into the lumbar spine. Along the way, if you find particular areas of sensation or tenderness, you might wish to pump to release. So pumping is this reference to alternating how much pressure you're applying to the area, pressing more firmly and then less firmly, giving this sense of pumping energy through and breaking up the area of congestion in the foot. In doing so, reflexively, it will be affecting the rest of the body. As you come into the heel and you massage the heel, you might wish to move the heel toward the inner and the outer area, towards the center line and then away from the center line. And in doing so, this starts to break up the tension that's held in the sacrum and in the sacral plexus. And then as you start to bring that movement to the side of the heel and working in the side of the heel towards the outer border of the foot, this reflexively is connected to the sacroiliac joint. So massaging in this area can help to break up tension held in that important joint where the spine connects into the pelvis and the pelvis then to the legs. From here, as you massage now up through the lateral border of the foot, this is as if I were massaging through the lateral portion of the thigh. In doing so, this helps to break up tension holding through the iliotibial band as well as through the deep lateral rotators of the buttock. About halfway up the outer foot, you come to the reflexive area from the cuboid bone in the foot into the knee. And as such, pumping and releasing this area can help to energize the knee and break up blockages to the general flow of energy here. As you continue up from the little toe down to that midfoot placement of the cuboid, this is as if we've come up to the shoulder now and we're working down through the arm and the elbow. And in this way, if you work through that area of the foot and you have tension in those areas, you're starting to release it in just this way. Doing so, feeling your foot on the ball, stimulating the sense of touch, the sense of proprioception, and increasing circulation in the foot as you do so. Now we've just traced the periphery on one foot, and as such we'll start to now come on the inside of that traced area. As you come into it, you'll start to move into the softer tissue of now the longitudinal arch, and working in the right foot first helps to stimulate those organs that are living inside the right side of the body. Here primarily is the ascending colon, which is a reference to the digestive system. And we want to stimulate that ascending colon so that material that's still residing within the digestive system, perhaps from yesterday's consumption, has a chance to be stimulated and moved out before we start to clear the left side and bring more in. So in this way, let yourself massage up and down through the longitudinal arch. And with that, if you find areas of particular interest, you might allow yourself to shift side to side and go right into those particular areas. In the arch that's crossing through the top of the transverse arch, right through the top and center of the foot, we have other organs that are residing in this area, primarily the heart and the lung, as well as you descend just a little farther on the right side, we have the points for the liver and gallbladder, kidney points on either side of the body, and in this way, any area that you feel in the squishy arches of the feet that needs a little additional pumping and releasing would be much to your benefit when we conclude. Now from here, as you release for just a moment and come off the tennis ball, you might feel that the foot itself is happy with that stimulation and with that massage. But you also might notice that it's not just the foot, but that whole side of the body. It feels just a little bit more open or energetic. And as such, certainly the other side of the body is deserving as well. As you begin on your second side, generally the left side, we will initially begin to try to pick up the ball with the toes. And while we're not able to, again, certainly that's stimulating the 5 general senses that are residing in the foot reflexively through the toes. Pumping and releasing the big toe or the great toe helps to release tension in the head in general. And then from here, as you come outward through the 4 smaller toes, we're stimulating the eyes and the nose and the mouth as well as the ears, and with it our ability to see and smell and taste and hear. And in this way, of course, we're stimulating our sense of touch simply by pressing onto the ball and releasing it. And in moving the foot, we're also stimulating the sense of locomotion that we were having a chance to explore in the last path of fire. But as we continue along from here, we'll come to the great toe and its connection then to the metatarsals. And as you do so, you can pump and release in this area to help to let go of tension you might be holding in your neck. And then shifting side to side across the metatarsals helps to break up tension held in the shoulders, and especially in the left shoulder, as that's the one we're working on. As you return to this point at the base of the root of the big toe, you can start to move down along the medial arch, and in this way we're stimulating the reflexive areas for the spine, from the neck through the thoracic spine and into the lumbar spine. Again, if you find areas of specific tenderness, you might pump and release those areas in particular, and over time we might take an interest in where along the spine or where in the body that might be in particular specifically reflexing. As you come to the heel itself and you shift the heel inner and outer into this medial and lateral orientation, this comes into the contact with the sacrum reflexively, and so helps to stimulate the entire sacral plexus. From here, as you start to come up through the side of that heel, this area is reflexing the sacroiliac joint, and sometimes we have considerable tension in the joint or even a lack of stability in the joint, and that might show up for you in the foot. As you massage into the reflexive area of the foot, the area that's associated with it receives the benefit. From here, as you start to wiggle your way up through the side of the foot, you're reflexing the points along the lateral border of the thigh, as well as the deep lateral buttock, and often this is an area that holds considerable tension. That's as you come up to, at the midway point, the cuboid bone is the point of reference that's referring tension from your knee. As you move beyond that into the area between the little toe and its connection to the foot, all the way down to that midpoint of the cuboid. This is stimulating and releasing tension that may be held in the arm, elbow, forearm, wrist, and hand. From here, as you come back into the more soft and pliable arches, we come into the longitudinal arch, and working on this left side of the body, we're stimulating the descending colon. In addition, we are having a chance to work more completely as you shift into the transverse arch of the foot, into the organs that reside primarily in this left side, namely the pancreas, stomach, and spleen. Also, of course, the heart point on the left, also a little heart point on the right, lungs on the left as well as on the right, kidneys left and right, adrenals as well. So both sides of the foot massage through the reflexology is stimulating these areas of the organs of the body. Working on this left side secondarily so that the transverse colon as well as the descending colon are able to release, to allow there to be more room for the next meal's evacuation in the right timing. Now, as you start to bring this into a little bit of a conclusion, let yourself pause and experience that it's not just the left foot that's awakened, but the whole left side of the body. And together with the left and the right sides of the body awakened in this way, we've utilized the sense of touch along the path of the air, which is the reference to the heart chakra, in order to ground our bodies and our beings for our activities of the day. In this way, you might consider you've just traced along the feet soles as if the feet had a whole map of the body from the head and its sensory organs right through the central axis of the spine into your hips and legs and arms in the outer portion, and then on the inside is the more specific map of the organs of the body. So in this way, allow yourself to experience the grounding effect as well as that sweet sense of touch, feeling how able you are to take good care of yourself. And then pause to consider that initial number that we assigned to ourselves, some number we selected between 0 and 10, was indicating how it is we were feeling when we first began this particular step along the path of the element of the air. And now that you have experienced the tool, give yourself a number again that says how it is you're feeling now. You might notice that your number has moved in the right direction from 0 up to 10, just a little bit closer, no doubt. As such, when you feel a need for this kind of grounding practice that helps to stimulate your heart as well as your feet, and in this way the whole body, you might return to foot reflexology, simply using your hands for stimulating the touch, or using the old tennis balls. And now allow yourself to rest onto your back, lying down. And you're welcome to stay as long as it's right for you, so that you might integrate the energy that's been freed up from the use of this one particular tool. And once you've concluded, allow yourself to come back up into the vertical position. Pause to notice the changes that have taken place in your body, mind, and spirit. And as you do so, join me as we offer our voices in gratitude to the path. Inhaling. Hari Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let's be with the peace that's deep within. Joy Bhagwan and Namaste.